Look what I got.
Oh, you got a Japanese handsaw!
It's my favorite Japanese handsaw.
I mean, it's your only one.
It's my only
gonna be your favorite. I like how it's fine tooth on one side and like.
Yeah, the fine tooth is for cross cuts and the other's for rib cuts.
Dude, I really just like I want to
Dude, you could use it as a spatula too. I don't really work with handsaws and all, but that's probably the best handsaw that I've ever used. You know, I'm probably like only gonna use it for like fleshing up dowels.
It's so cool though.
It's pretty neat.
Japanese handsaw.
Part of the reason I bought it was to use it as a flush trim saw and just to get your range.
And now it's a good reason for me to say Japanese handsaw.
Yeah.
You've gotten that enough.
Everybody, welcome back to another Wednesday follow-up. I'm here once again with Adam, the boy.
The boy.
We're following up on the building blocks for children.
And we're drinking beers for adults.
And we're drinking beers for adults. Children's building blocks, eh?
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty neat. I've been wanting to do that for a while.
This is a neat touch. I don't often see, like, you see all the other shapes, but like the actual the thin platforms.
The long flat platforms. The reason I did that was when I was really little, one of my earliest childhood memories, I do not remember if it was like Sunday school or an event being held at the school that I was going to, but it was like pre-kindergarten. And I remember like all the adults being there, and I went off by myself and there was a big cardboard box filled with building blocks. And I even remember then they all seemed really, really old. And they all had platforms. I mean, there was probably hundreds. There's probably at least 100 blocks. And it was so cool. When I got a little bit older, I remember asking my mom for blocks, and at that point, up until this current time period, like the only blocks they sell for kids are like a little vinyl tote.
Yeah, I've seen them, and they have the letters on them.
Yeah, they have the letters.
All you get is blocks. You don't even get the like the cylinders and the platforms.
Or you get like 2 triangles and maybe 1 or 2 little arches, and that's it. And it sucks. So I was like, you know what? I remember how badass that block set was when I was a kid, so Ben's gonna get a badass set. He especially likes the Paduke Circle.
Paduke Circle.
But the video was pretty well received. Let's look at some cumins.
Some cumin? A popular spice?
Heard from my dad. My dad said he loved the project and the video, and he even said he's proud of me.
Your dad's proud of you.
Yeah. I heard from Mama C again.
Mama C. Mama Cass.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it stands for Cass.
Yeah, that wasn't answered when you asked in the last video.
Oh, that's okay.
She complimented the Delta table saw and asked how I like it. I love that saw very much.
Yeah, I mean, especially compared to your old one, that thing was a piece of shit. It's so, like, his Delta table saw is so quiet, like, you almost barely notice it running.
He's talking about Ben, the little guy is cute. Give him a hug and a kiss from this fan.
Aww.
I will do that.
Thank you, Mama C.
Heard from Mary.
Mary.
Loves the project and the bright colors. I did something I would normally never ever do, aside from just painting in general. But I painted some nice wood for the sake of making children's toys a little more fun.
Do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids. The square blocks is walnut.
Oh, really?
I painted walnut.
You painted walnut?
I painted walnut.
A particularly dark wood.
Yeah, and painted some oak and some cedar. I may or may not have woodworkers coming after me for painting nice
children's blocks.
Heard from Harry Gary.
Harry Gary.
Yeah, he said, what a fun scrap wood project. You remember when we were talking about not letting Ben have the cutting board until we were dead?
Yeah.
Gary said, glad Ben gets to use this one prior to you and your wife's death. Said poor Ben won't get that board for another 50 to 60 years.
Oh, they're giving him a lot of time.
Yeah, that makes me feel good, Gary. And Gary asked, was that the boy or Boo in the background?
No, that was Micah, our nephew.
It wasn't. It was our nephew.
He's a lingerer.
That was all the comments for the blocks. Last Wednesday, we got...
He farted.
Our question of the week that week was what was everybody's first woodworking project. And I heard from Dwayne, We haven't heard from Dwayne for a little bit. And his first project was a stand for his mom's barbecue grill. And he said he was 8 years old building a stand for a barbecue grill.
That's pretty awesome.
Dwayne?
I mean, I was pretty young when I made that ladder, but it was nowhere near as intricate as a stand for a barbecue grill. I mean, my ladder was literally just, it was like 1x2s, and I just cut it into sections and drilled screws through the sides. It would be cool to see some of your projects, Dwayne.
You know, I showed Kevin's pipes, and I'm actually gonna show another one of Kevin's projects in this video. But if anybody else wants to send me pictures to your projects, I'll show them on here. But I heard from Harry Gary. Gary's comments usually make my day whenever I see Gary's comments. His first woodworking project, he worked with his grandpa a lot in his grandpa's shop. And he was talking about them making toilet paper holders to sell at craft shows.
Gary, that is like a classic and really sentimental story. That's awesome. I really actually like that. Working with your parents or grandparents builds character.
He said he wondered if his balls in the shop is what has given me immunity to pallet wood.
Maybe.
It could be.
Gary, do you have magic balls?
Well, remember, Gary said he's not a fan of pallet wood, so maybe his disdain for pallet wood like radiates out of those balls, sends away any bad juju from the pallet wood.
Did you feel any different for that week whenever you dropped Gary's balls?
You know, I don't think I did any pallet projects during that time, so I was lucky.
Leave them up, dude. Don't die.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Please keep that good mojo in the balls.
Yes, always hate pallet wood, please.
We had heard from good old Kevin. His first project was a pen he made on a lathe at school.
A pen?
A pen, yeah. He said one of the first projects he built on his own was a dice tray.
A tray for dice?
A tray for dice, dude. Like for tabletop board games, like HeroScape. But
HeroScape's fucking cool.
There's one of the ones Kevin made.
Oh, it's even felted.
Yeah, and oh yeah, see, look, that one's got a divider in it.
Oh, it's like purple felt too.
Yeah.
Very cool, Kevin.
Kevin making a naughty joke about the toilet paper dispenser. He said, not a naughty joke. You might have to have one hand to hold your Japanese handsaw. That's what he said.
Japanese handsaw. Dude, it's like a samurai sword handle. It's just is that like racially insensitive to say that this is like a fucking katana?
I don't know, but I heard from Luke Silverfish.
What did he have to say?
His first project was a TV stand, and he said it looked like my first project and did not hold up.
I mean, that's okay. I don't have the ladder I made anymore. I did climb some pretty tall trees because of it, though.
Dude, he said he made a banana boat.
Did you like it, Luke?
He said it was amazing.
Hey, coming March 2020, Banana Boat Means Woodshop t-shirts. I'm just kidding. That's
really?
Probably not going to happen.
He said, this is news to me.
It could happen.
It could happen. Depending on we got to boost up this channel, y'all.
Yeah.
More likes and views.
Means Woodshop Campout 2021.
We at least got to make it over that 1,000 subscriber hump to do that.
Tickets will be $60 for the weekend.
Luke said he's in on the camp out. He said, let me know when and where.
Hey-o.
Luke.
We'll fucking figure it out. We haven't been on a fucking camp out in a long time.
So if anything, me and you and Luke could go camping. Heard from J-Mess.
J-Mess.
His first project was a pallet wine rack. Still on his wall.
Do you still have wine in it, J-Mess?
Yeah, he said he added too many wine glass holders, so the glasses kind of lean up against each other. And he said he keeps promising his wife that he'll fix it. ... We've all been there.
We know how it goes.
We know how it goes. Heard from CJ.
CJ. Clinton Jameson.
Clinton Moore.
Oh.
But his first project was a candle holder, and it actually sounds really intricate. 2 ovals on top and bottom. The top one held 3 circle candles, so probably tea lights. And he said the middle was a moon with a star on top of it.
Ooh. Ambitious?
We know CJ's ambitious.
And we do.
Dude, and we heard from Mary. Which was actually the comment that you responded to. Mary's first project was a finger joint box. And Mary said that It had screwed up so bad, it had been tossed in the trash. But Mary came back and ended up finishing it.
I remember watching like Norm Abrams do that shit, and he always built some fucking intricate jig for it to make it like it was always like
woodworkers and jigs, dude. They're woodworkers that I don't think they actually build any projects. They build jigs for making projects, but rather than use the jig to make a project, they just set it aside and build another jig for something else. And Mary gave you some pretty nice praise.
And I really appreciate that, Mary. It's been a work in progress. But I really do appreciate it. And you will hear more in the future.
Speaking of seeing more in the future, this Friday there will be a new Adam song.
Woo!
Bad Adam.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that one.
And actually I kept his song in mind when filming this week's project. So you'll have a little bit less talking on my part and a little bit more music on Adam's part.
It'll be like the music video.
Junior.
That's enough of
Junior. Junior. Fuck you, dude. Looking back at some past projects and having to cut up in spurts a little bit. One of those ones mentioned, I think, by Kevin was The Kids' Toys. I'm missing one. The Kids' Toys. Made for Ben. Oh, here comes Jeff. And that was another scrapwood project. I have all of them. They're holding up pretty good. I think I have all the original ones. I think these are all the original ones made for the video, including that one. You got the T-Rex, the walnut T-Rex, which is holding up pretty good, and it's highly figured walnut, which is... The Brontosaurus was a real dinosaur, and then it wasn't. I don't know, there's a big complicated story.
Did they just change the name or something?
Pretty much. They're all holding up good, they're just a little bit dirty from Ben. Yeah, that one was his favorite for a while. This is the oak elephant. And then the pig, the cherry pig.
You gave him some snoots.
Got the cedar... cat head shaker.
I thought it was a fox.
But I made Ben more toys. Like, here's this bird.
Is that a duck?
Another past project that was wanting to be seen again. Adam, look at what it is, dude. The fingerboard.
It's still, in retrospect, I can't criticize it that much.
It's holding up good, and I did exactly like I said I was going to do in the video. When I completed it, I said I'd probably toss it in a drawer and not mess with it since. And I really have. It's been in that poplar end table. So this week's question actually is inspired from y'all's answers from last week's question. Y'all mentioning your first projects that you ever did actually gave me some inspiration for things that would make for some pretty good Means Woodshop videos.
That's always good.
So my question this week is, what do y'all think would be a good Means Woodshop project video? I would like to know what y'all might want to see in future videos, and I could pick those out and maybe start making those. Adam, what do you want to see in the Means Woodshop video?
I don't know, man. More music made by me.
But anyways, those are all the questions we got for this week. Leave your answers down below, and I think that's it, huh?
That's it. See you next week.
Catch you next time, eh?